So many conflicts. Why are there so many? Is it my fault? Did I start the problem from the beginning? I've spent a countless amount of time floating amongst the empty universe. I was a mere spot of light that didn't want to go out, as though one day I just woke up in a valley of darkness and emptiness. When I finally felt a sense of loneliness, I created the 5 gods known as the God of Destruction, Souls, Fate, Time, and Death. I let them think they came out of nothing, the way that I did. I told myself that it was to give them a sense of freedom, but looking back on it, I think I was just too scared to take responsibility for creating them. Bravery is one trait I have never had. I am merely a spectator. It was a beautiful sight to watch. There were so many worlds, so many different stories, different lives. I wrote about all of them. I made a book of unlimited pages to write each of their stories. So many heroes and villains, victories and losses. It made me feel alive to watch it all grow and become something more than I ever was. It was real. I found myself to be so proud of the God of Destruction. He took it upon himself to protect the universe, even hiring the man called the Everywhere Man to help. It was all developing so nicely, until the God of Destruction was almost killed by the dark wizard known as Zareth. I have never come close to death myself, so I cannot understand how he may have felt to have nearly been destroyed. But I do believe his reaction was going too far, for he had decided that the entire universe had to be destroyed to ensure no version of Zareth could ever exist again. I watched my children fight each other to protect or destroy the universe. It was mortifying to watch. Mortifying to be forced to rip out the pages of my own book of all the worlds that were destroyed one by one. So many I considered helping, but I am a coward to its deepest meaning. I am merely here to spectate what happens to the universe that I started, writing the stories of those living in the final world that still exists now, the world that remains hidden from the eyes of the God of Destruction, who is now calling himself the Judicator. So many compelling stories for the weakest world I have ever seen, yet somehow still the last remaining world so far. Despite my cowardice, I have made one pledge. If he destroys this final world, if he manages to find it and crush it in response to his fear of death, then I shall destroy the Judicator, and then I shall destroy myself. For if there truly is no happy ending to the story that I started, then perhaps life itself was never meant to exist in the first place. Perhaps we are all a mistake that needs to end. I will allow the empty pages on my book to decide as the words of those who matter fill those pages. And perhaps I shall share my stories between those who deserve to know. Those who are fighting to prove that life isn't a mistake, that there can be a happy ending to the story. I will be spectating it all, eager to write.